All right, welcome back. This is part 2 of the mail order Thors hammer. So today we are going to be spraying some primer on this. I have two different kinds of primer. I have both sandable primers, but one's for filling light scratches and one is for filling deeper scratches. I also have this spot and glazing putty because there are a few holes on this where I got a little too careless while taking it off the print bed. That's my fault, but I will get that patched up and it'll look basically as good as new. So let's just get on with the video. I'll get on with this and I'll start spraying it.
It gets real hot here real fast, so I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to do this for because this has to be under a certain temperature. We got the KN95 and some gloves that we're gonna put on, and then I guess we're just gonna start it.
Now we're on to the puttying. The puttying will happen anywhere. I don't know if you guys can see it. That line where the seam of the actual hammer is. Oh, it's harder to see on camera. That's nice-ish, I guess. But that line right there, and then lines all around the handle. And of course, where is she? That little divot. That was a little mistake by yours truly. Just Bondo glazing spot putty. It's not like I'm sponsored by them or anything. That's what it looks like. And you just really put it wherever. And then you let it crust. As you can see, that line right there is just gonna dry, and once it's done drying, then I can go over it with a sander, and that little line right there will be filled in, and it'll be all nice and smooth all around. So yeah. I got these sanding discs that don't really go with the sanding thing I have, but they work anyway. So we are going to start sanding this, and I'll get to you guys whenever that's done. Okay, hands are red now because of all the dust and whatnot. But, and it's all over my legs. But as you may be able to see where that, this glazing spot putty got in, all these cracks, that's after it's been sanded over, and it's, like, I cannot tell the difference between those two different, like, I cannot tell that these were two different pieces by just feeling it. Of course, by looking at it, you're obviously aware that there's a big seam going down the middle right there, but like especially this top piece, I cannot tell that it is two separate pieces, which is a really good thing because I want to make it seem and feel like it's all one main solid piece. So we're gonna go over this a couple more times with this, and then I keep sanding a little and then spray painting, I guess. This is the second or third coat of this primer. All right, all you epic gamers. So this is what the finished one looks like. This is mine, my personal one that I will never let anybody have. This one goes to me. Now that is a pretty good hammer, but this one, this is a pretty solid hammer. This is a really good hammer because, can you see that line? Maybe if I hold it at like a certain angle, you might be able to see it. But like, if I show certain sides of it, you cannot see it, especially on these edges and whatnot. There's some places on this thing where you can't even see that the head of this hammer was two different pieces. And that's a good thing, because it shows that I did the sanding and priming and priming and sanding and priming again, and then the sanding some more, that it actually paid off. And I had been doing that, but not this much. I spent probably 3 hours, not counting just the breaks, but just 3 hours applying stuff, sanding, priming, sanding, priming, sanding, back and forth. So we're going pretty good right now. Now it's getting a little too hot right now to actually apply the next coat, but it's going to be this Krylon Fusion all-in-one paint and primer metallic aluminum. Now this is the same kind that I used for this, and I also have a clear coat that I'm going to cover the new one in. Like I said, it's too hot to apply this right now, so I'm going to do that tomorrow, which will be in 5 seconds for you guys.
Alright, so now that this is fully primed and sanded, I'm going over it with this Krylon all-in-one aluminum silver, and I guess we'll just start it. I'll let that first coat set for a little bit. It's decently shiny right now, but after that, I'm gonna spray it a couple more times, clean it up, and then hit the handle. And then we'll be done with the actual spray painting part. And then I can move on to the hand painting the leather. And then we'll be done.
All right, so I have this fully painted silver. At least most of it is fully painted silver. I might need to re-go over the handle a few more times, but once that's finished drying, we're gonna hit it with this Duplicolor Engine Enamel Gloss Clear. This is a clear coat. It's just gonna help protect this paint so this doesn't get any big scratches or anything whenever the customer is messing with it.
All right, it's unreasonably hot right now. It's like 35 Celsius, but I need to get this done. I really want to get this done because then I can move on to a big project. So let's finish this.
Now we're painting the handle with this nice brown color. I don't actually wrap it in leather. I do have another full video of me painting the handle in a separate video from the one that I'm keeping. This one's going to my friend again. So if you guys want to see the handle being painted, you can go and watch that. All right, after a couple hours of painting and letting it dry, and then painting again and letting it dry, it's finally complete. I didn't think I'd get to this point by this time of this day. I thought it would be at least a couple other days, but I'm glad I made some good headway today, and now I gotta go give it to him. All right, and now this reaches the end of the video, I guess. This is the original hammer that I had, and this is the one that I am selling. As there's very few slight differences that you can see, but this one is an improvement from this one. And
I can see that, and that's really all that matters to me. It is a fair bit lighter because this is 10% infill while this is 20%. Now that might not sound like a whole lot more, but over this much area, that much infill makes a big difference. This one is a little more matte finish than this one, and I did go over this 3 or 4 times with a clear coat, but I just could never get this nice shine that I have with this one. This has been sitting for a couple days now with the clear coat on, and it has gotten more smooth and it has gotten a little more shiny, so I'm hoping over time it will eventually become more shiny as is this one. But as of now, I mean, these are both some pretty quality hammers, and I can't wait to go give them this one. If you enjoyed that video in any way, please do show some form of support, whether that be a like or a comment or even subscribing. That would help me a whole lot building this channel. And I'm working on a few videos to put out, and I have a few videos planned in the future that I know you guys might like. So until then, see ya.